All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Thursday, July 3rd, the day before the United States Independence Day, July 4th holiday. So things getting a little quiet here in the afternoon. But we did have the big, beautiful bill pass the House. And the markets went, eh. They kind of went, eh. All the posts yesterday were like, wow, once the House passes that bill, Bitcoin's going to go to new all-time high, 120K in the world. And it's just like, no. No. It was just kind of, okay. Trump is going to sign the bill tomorrow. Going to make a big deal about it. Independence Day, all this stuff. It's like, yeah, whatever. So... and here we are, 17.2. 17.2 for Doge, and Bitcoin's at 109.8, just under this $110,000 red line, which was our resistance line, which it came over twice today, but didn't hold, traded back down below each time. So, I mean, Bitcoin is only like 2% away from an all-time high, but yet it's just being held down. So we'll get into the heat maps and the liquidations and all of that. We'll look at the charts. We'll look at the trading patterns and all of that. And we'll see what's on your mind, what you guys are doing for the weekend, because I will not be live streaming on Friday. Nope. I will not have a live stream on Friday. We're going down to the Esplanade. And we're going to spend the afternoon, evening there and pack a dinner with us and watch some fireworks. So all of that will be tomorrow. But for today, we're just like, what's going on? 17.2 for Doge, kind of in between, kind of like the in-between stage. We go out and we look at, again, yesterday in the live stream, I made these circles, but then this morning when I did my video, I was like, I'll make them nice little boxes. So we got the green box and we got the red box. So the green box is where Doge traded between the 12th of June and the 17th of June. And the red box from the 17th until the 20th. So it's like 4 days there and about 6 days there. 6 days in the green, 4 in the red before it dumped. And now we're just getting back to that area. And it looks like we're going to be choosing maybe the red box. Not quite ready to top over 17.5 and trade between 17.5 and 18 yet. It looks like we're staying below that. So it looks like it's going to be red box. Now the bottom of the red box came down back then to about 16.6. So, and this orange line is still 16.4, which is the support line, the long-standing support line that did go all the way back to the 17th of June. So that's kind of where we are right now. A little bit of range bound here. And of course, of us who were like in the middle of a swing trade, we kind of wanted to go down to 16.4. It's not the same as shorting, just, it's a swing trade. And so we'll see. I have 16.6, 16.5, 16.4, somewhere in there. I will probably be buying back in. We will see whether that indeed happens. Again, we've had some heavy trading volume here. This is a 3-hour chart. We've had some heavy trading volume, heavier than the past few days, but this is about to just die back down. So we had some volatility trading today, up and down with Doge. Yeah, just After midnight last night, Doge traded back up to 17.5 cents, and then we had big down drop all the way to 1707, all the way back up to 17.5 again, and then down to 16.9. So there was some volatility today. There was some volatility trading. Now, just kind of like going sideways. So, and you see that the volume is just ticked down to nothing. And this is on Binance. This is the number one liquid trading exchange for Dogecoin, and the volume is just petering out. So that's what's happening with Doge. Again, 17.2 right there. Bitcoin 109.9. ETH is just below 2,600 at 25.90. Solana kind of had a big dump today. Solana went down a lot. Not as big as Peak. If you guys are watching Peak, man, did it dump today. Big dump on Peak. But Solana was down. Didn't really recover back much. Cardano, which had gone on a big run the past couple days, is kind of acting like Doge a bit today. Very similar charts between Cardano and Doge, almost identical for them. So that's what we have starting out. Trader Allen, he still thinks, look, we've broken out of that downward trend line. It is time for the uptrend to continue, and let's get a line up. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Allen makes such pretty charts, though. I always make fun of that, but it's like they're such pretty charts. So Doge broken out of the downward trend line. We're now, excuse me, we're now retesting and seeing whether, seeing whether we get to an uptrend now. See whether this is the beginning of an uptrend. That would be good, but we will see. We have to wait until confirmation on that. Meanwhile, as well, we are looking at the MACD and this bullish cross on the MACD, and this is on the daily. So on the daily, we did have the crossover. We did turn into some greens here, which could mean it is time for us to move up on the MACD and start a new bull run. I think that's a little premature for July, summer of chop again. But that remains to be seen. Merlin says, look, total market cap, we're getting to that point now where we could be heading for the rest of 2025 into euphoria zone at a much higher total market cap. So that would be Bitcoin and altcoins, everything together, thrown together. This is what we could have. So crypto is on track to rewrite history. The cycle top doesn't lie. Each crypto euphoria hit the same RSI resistance, and we're heading there again. So 2017, 2021, and we haven't had that big relative strength index spike this cycle yet for total market cap. So that is still out there. So we will see whether that indeed plays out. And meanwhile, Bitcoin, the bull run will surprise a lot of people. Q3 will be loading up, and then Q4 will be the explosion on Bitcoin. So we could see Bitcoin chop around this 110 level, maybe hit a new all-time high in a month or two, come back and retest before the fall, and then take off to 200, 300K. If you go down here to the MVRV scores, you'll see, again, we haven't had that total blow off top in Bitcoin like we had in 2017 and 2021. That has not happened yet in 2025. Now, on the bear side, CoinDesk says, look, crypto traders are turning a bit bearish, even as Bitcoin trades near 110 and eyes a new all-time high. Data shows the long-short ratio dropped from 1.22 to 0.86, signaling a shift towards short positions. So now there are more shorts betting on Bitcoin to go down than longs betting on Bitcoin to go up. So it's just data, right? Doesn't mean anything. It's just data. But there's now more shorts on Bitcoin than there are longs. As far as liquidations go over the past 24 hours, Bitcoin had more shorts liquidated than longs because the price went up to 110, right? So it took out all of those up to 110.2 or whatever. There's a lot more big shorts up there, though, higher. ETH had more shorts than longs as well, taken out on ETH. If we go now and look at the heat map, we will say, yeah, more big shorts are out there. And we do this by going to let's look at 1 month of time, and you'll see the huge amount of shorts up here. Big, huge shorts just at 111, at $111,000 Bitcoin. There's over $200 million in shorts that would get liquidated if Bitcoin hits 111. So, I mean, a lot of the longs did get wiped out here in June with the Bitcoin dump that went all the way down to 99K, took out a lot of long leverage. There's more shorts right now open than longs on Bitcoin. We can look at the Dogecoin one later. So Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, Doge holding steady ahead of the holiday weekend. Is it an ideal time to hedge shorts? So for those that have shorts, are they also buying some longs to hedge their bets so they play both sides? That's what hedging is, right? You play both sides. You win either way, right? A lot of traders do that. But now, which way do you think this is going to go? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Or is it just going to chop and do both? Take out some shorts and then go down and take out some longs. Most likely, that's probably what it will do. But that's what this is about. Now, we've got Titan of Crypto saying, look, Bitcoin is approaching the mid-channel line here. If you just draw straight lines up, a breakout could open the path up to the green zone, which would be like $500,000 Bitcoin. Crypto Mike is like, hey, good spot to hedge short into holiday weekend. Hedge, 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 right? So if you've got longs open, you might want to open some shorts as well and hedge your bet. Might want to do that. So, meanwhile, Trump's big, beautiful bill passes the House. Arthur Hayes is saying, once we find out what this thing is really doing, it could crash the markets and Bitcoin could fall to 90K. So Arthur Hayes is being a little short-term bull, but thinks there's going to be a big dip coming. A big dip. See, the one thing about the bill now is now everyone can stop talking about like what might happen. Now we'll find out what is actually going to happen, right? And all that stuff the Democrats were yelling about probably isn't going to happen. Not the way they were yelling about it. So we'll see. Again, tomorrow Trump will sign the bill. It will become law. And then next week, we'll see what happens. The bill did pass the House. Only 2 Republican House members voted no. Massey and Fitzgerald were the only 2. So Trump will probably find some other Republicans in those 2 districts to run against them, and he'll throw a lot of money at it because he doesn't like people voting against him. So Massey in Kentucky, out. Fitzgerald in Pennsylvania, out. Right, they're fired. You're fired. Exactly. Right? You're fired. So yeah, that'll probably happen. And then a lot of the Republican House members afterwards, when they were being interviewed, were talking about, it's not the best bill in the world. They admit it. Senate threw in a bunch of amendments and stuff that they just are going to live with. And then they're going to do what they call a rescission bill sometime over the next number of months, which is going to try and right some of the wrongs and start doing some other things. Lummis is actually doing another crypto tax bill. She's going to shoot for $300 now, not the $600 that was originally in the big beautiful bill but got pulled out. And that would be anytime you use crypto to buy something as a transaction less than $300, you will not have to pay tax on the gains that you made on that crypto. Of course, all over X, you've got everyone saying Bitcoin, only Bitcoin. And it isn't. It doesn't even say Bitcoin anywhere in the draft thing that Lummis posted. It doesn't say Bitcoin. It says digital assets. Right? It doesn't say Bitcoin. But all the Bitcoin maxis are like, oh, $300 Bitcoin. You spend up to $300 with Bitcoin, you don't have to pay tax. And it's like, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say Bitcoin. It says crypto. So that means Dogecoin. We could just say, yeah, Dogecoin. Right. Spend up to $300 with your Dogecoin, and then you will not have to pay capital gains tax on the profits on that Doge. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, we do have these ETFs coming. There's a 90% probability the Dogecoin ETF is going to be passed, according to a Bloomberg analyst. And so now what do we have? We've got Dogecoin's Wall Street moment coming. Why big money is pouring into Doge. That is right. Now that Doge has bottomed and it is getting momentum coming back up, who's buying Dogecoin? Who is buying Dogecoin? Doge witnessing a surge in institutional interest, mostly fueled by growing optimism over the potential approval of multiple Doge spot ETFs. The trend is underscored by significant investments from major companies, including Remix Point, which is a Tokyo-based energy consulting firm who's ramping up its crypto holdings, including Dogecoin. That's right. So, the strategic move, similar to fellow Japanese companies MetaPlanet, which has been doubling down on Bitcoin, aims to hedge against the declining value of the yen and broaden their financial assets. So they're buying Dogecoin. Once regarded primarily as a speculative cryptocurrency propelled by retail traders, hey, that's us. And online communities, hey, that's us. Dogecoin is now gaining traction among institutional investors. And it's not just Remix Point. Neptune Digital Assets, a publicly traded Canadian blockchain, purchased approximately 1 million Dogecoins for $258,000 back in December, reinforcing its position in the cryptocurrency market. Of course, December 24, they were buying high. Remember, December 24? They were buying high. That's not when you buy. You don't buy on the green candles. How many times does Kriss have to say that? You don't buy on the green candles. You buy on the red candles. Well, Neptune Digital Assets is down on their investment, but they got 1 million Doge. We had Spirit Blockchain Capital acquiring Doge. What's Tesla's CEO Elon Musk going to do? We know he owns Dogecoin. Tesla does, because Tesla did take in a bunch of Dogecoin in merch sales over the past couple of years. And it still shows on their balance sheets as digital assets. And they've got Doge. So the surge in interest for Doge comes amid discussions surrounding the potential approval of Bitwise, 21 shares, Grayscale, and they didn't put Rex Osprey in here. Poor Rex Osprey. Dogecoin ETFs by the SEC. If approved, these ETFs could further strengthen Dogecoin's presence in financial markets, potentially boosting its price. What is an ETF? King Jano asks. ETF is an exchange-traded fund. And basically, it should be more an ETP, an exchange-traded product, because it's not a fund. A fund gathers together a bunch of other things and puts them together in a fund. This is really an ETP, a product. Just like Bitcoins in ETHs, Doge will be similar. Essentially, Zano, you can buy this on like a stock market, okay? So you're not actually buying the real Dogecoin like you would if you went to Coinbase or Binance or Robinhood to buy Doge. No, this is traded on an exchange, like a stock exchange, as an ETF. So what it does is it broadens the number of people that can seamlessly and easily buy into Dogecoin. Yeah, it's like Doge on the stock market, kind of. Mostly, it's going to be like the bigwigs who have brokers, financial people who work for them that do all of this for them, and they just say, yeah, get me some of that Doge. And they'll go and they'll buy the Doge ETF. Now, the Grayscale and Bitwise and 21 shares would then, the more those ETFs are bought, they then have to go and buy the actual Dogecoin to hold in their reserves so that it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if the ETFs buy 10 million Dogecoin worth of the ETF product, then Grayscale, 21 shares, Bitwise would have to buy 10 million Dogecoin and hold in their custody or in Coinbase custody that represents how much was bought on the ETFs. That's basically how it works. Most of us kind of frown on that. It's like those people aren't really buying Dogecoin, right? They're just betting on the price by buying an ETF or ETP. They're just betting on the price. But as we've seen with Bitcoin, particularly Bitcoin, and there have been a lot of purchases, especially through BlackRock, of that Bitcoin. Yeah, like an indirect investment. Yes, Orbison. What's the benefit in that, RR? It makes Dogecoin a contender in the financial markets. It legitimizes Dogecoin as an investment, is what it does. And it opens up the doors for a lot of people who normally would not buy Dogecoin to have access to Doge as an investment vehicle, is what it does. So, yeah, it's a good thing. But at the same time, if we're like really thinking about Doge as being a legitimate digital currency and want it to just do that, then an ETF really isn't what you want. But that's a debate we could have for a long time. If you just want the price to go up, the ETF will help because it's more buying. Now, we've seen when there are market scares, even with Bitcoin, there's a lot of loose hands, paper hands with those ETFs, and they will sell We saw it with the tariff fear. A lot of Bitcoin ETF selling happened. The same would happen with Doge, most likely. But if you get more buying than selling, price goes up. Price goes up. Well, you don't really get dividends. The ETFs, you just buy the price, but then you have to pay a little fee on top of it because those 21 shares and Bitwise, they'll get fee money off of the people who buy the ETFs. And then those ETFs, if offered by whoever the custodian is of your 401k plan, you could then divert your 401k savings from whatever it's in now, a Vanguard or a Russell, whatever, and put it all into a Doge ETF if available in your plan. Go Doge, right? Retirement money into Doge. Big time. That could happen. There are some who can do like the I Trust IRA. You can start your own IRA and you could actually buy crypto in your IRA account. You're basically buying paper crypto, though. It's not, you're not getting the real coins. You don't have custody of the real coins. I Trust holds it for you. Again, another one of those, but you could buy Doge and other cryptos directly through I Trust in an IRA. And the beauty of that is what? The beauty of that is whether it's a 401k or an IRA, any gains that are made are not subject to capital gains tax. That's right. That anything you buy, whether the ETF in a 401k or Doge in an IRA, price goes up, you don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to pay a capital gains tax on that increase in price. As long as you withdraw when you're allowed to withdraw and all of those rules, right? So if you've got a long-term way to go, you don't know what Doge is going to do long-term in the future. Have no idea, but might be worth putting a little bit in there just to see what happens. If you're a long ways from retirement, imagine Doge goes up to $5 or something crazy, right? In 15 years from the time, whatever your age is now to when you retire. Let's say it's 15 years down the pike, right? All of those gains, tax-free. So there you go. There you go. So you can do that now, starting a new IRA with I Trust. But with the ETFs, you could do that as well with your existing monies in your retirement account if your retirement account offers exposure to those ETFs. We have a new member, Billy Hawley. Billy, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Aesthetic reminds everyone to like the stream. Appreciate that. Doge is too volatile. That's why you'd only put a little bit in there. You'd only a small part, just for the heck of it. See what happens, right? Long-term relationship and swingers. But for the ETF buyers, what's the benefit for them buying the ETF instead of Doge directly? It's easy. They don't have to sign up for a Coinbase account or a Binance account. They can just call their broker and say, get me some of that Dogecoin. And the broker buys it for them as an ETF. That's really what it is. Also means Dogecoin will be shared and traded on broader markets, more exposure to Doge. Yep. You're welcome, King Shadow. ETFs. It's coming. Legitimizes Doge in the current market. Great news for the future. Keeps up the spirits. We got a long summer to go still. Doge up to 1725 now, but still not really. It's kind of drifting up with low volume. Bitcoin almost to 110 again. That is what is happening there. Let me scroll up, see what else. Only a matter of time until we hit 50 cents. Could be. Yes, sorry to hear about the race car driver. Dollar debt means nothing when crypto is the main source of a transaction. The government will always be broken. That's true. That is true. Elon is not happy about the big, beautiful bill. Nothing is perfect. Bill fixes a lot. More can be fixed down the road. Agreed. I mean, this is what Trump ran on, a lot of the stuff in there. And he was voted into office. There were more Republican senators than Democrat senators. There were more Republicans in the House than Democrats in the House. So you get a majority, you can do something like this, as long as everybody's on board. And there were only 2 in the House that voted against it. It would still pass if 3 had voted against it. The 4th, that would have been a different story. But there were only 2 that voted against it. Massey and Fitzgerald, the guy from Pennsylvania. They were the only 2. So yeah, they're going to be out next year. You're confused about the big, beautiful bill. Remember Trump talking a lot about wanting to reduce the debt. Yeah, that's the thing, though. We've talked about this as well. Reducing the debt means cut everything. And then you don't get anything done. No, he wants more ICE agents. He wants to finish the border wall. That costs money, right? Now, he's got some cuts in there, but the cuts aren't as much as the ads. There's more ads than cuts. That's politics. Maybe they'll do some other cuts on some other things in some other bills, what they call the rescission bills, right? They'll start working on those. Those will take a while, though. It's months away. But this is a big one that gets the ball rolling. He's K-Mac. He's an American hero until he gets voted out of office next year. We'll see how that works. I'm finally on salary, and now they stop taxing overtime. Yeah, it's only up to a certain dollar amount, though. And then it's taxed over that. So that was something that was added, is they put a cap. It's not unlimited, like all overtime. And who needs healthcare anyway, right? Well, it should be, if you're illegal, if you're illegally in this country, you should not be getting free government health care. That's where I draw the line. Good afternoon. I don't think Doge needed or needs the big, beautiful bill. Right. It doesn't really affect Doge. There are some who think that Bitcoin's going to go to a new all-time high now because of the big, beautiful bill. And I'm like, why? It doesn't really do anything for that. Good morning, Blue Horse. How are you? I know, for Trader Allen's pretty charts, if only the pretty charts equaled accurate predictions, right? Exactly. We don't have 69 likes yet. Come on, guys. We got a lot to talk about here, a lot going on. There's still no evidence, Alan, that Elon has sold any Dogecoin. There's no evidence of that. So we wait. We wait. The heat map, Abraham. Sure. Let's look at the Doge heat map. We looked at Bitcoins. Let's look at Doge. Because Bitcoin has liquidity both high and low, but over all of the current open interest, it's more heavily on the short side than the long side for Bitcoin. That's the one that I don't know where Doge is, short versus long. They only publish the Bitcoin piece. So, yeah, so this drop here, this is just the last day. The drop in price here, down to 16.8, took out some longs. There's some shorts up here at about 17.7. Those are new ones, but there's some new leverage longs down here too that were just created. Let's look at the 3-day, just zoom out a little bit. Yeah, there's still this big yellow one down here at 16.6 for Doge, 16.6. It almost took out the short up here at 17.5, and it didn't. 17.55. It was so close, but it didn't take it out. I was surprised at that. And then there's even big Doge longs down here at 15.8. But do you guys think Doge is going to see 15.8? Think we're going to see 15.8? Have a good day, Barbarian. Yes, hot coffee. There will be an ETF for Doge, probably October. It will start trading. Yili, you sold 30,000 Doge at 17.1 and want to sell some more and buy back when it dips down. Do you think it will dip down? Well, I am in the middle of a swing trade. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't think it was going to dip down. Doesn't mean that it will. It's a risk. It's a chance you take. Maybe 17.6 is the buy-in price to buy back in right there. 17.6. I mean 16.6. Sorry, 16.6. We'll see. Maybe there's a wick that goes down a little lower, but right now, I don't know if it's going to dip low. I mean, what do you think Bitcoin's going to do? You think Bitcoin is going to have a dip? Right now, it's not looking weak. That's for sure. Bitcoin is not looking weak. Slow and steady gains are good, and Bitcoin has been doing that. I mean, it touched 110, comes down, touches 110 again, comes down, but it's a higher low each time. So that's looking pretty strong. Well, thank you, Billy. Appreciate it. Glad to have you aboard. Mr. Pepito, life advice for a 34-year-old. Sure. Life advice. Number one, get out of debt, whatever it takes. Be debt-free. Number two, if you want to succeed in life, you got to hustle. If you're working a regular job, start building something on the side. What do you do with that extra time? Don't just sit there and watch Squid Game, right? Start to build something and do something for yourself, not just driving like your car around like Uber, like picking up an extra buck somewhere. No, this is your time. You should value your time and start building something, whatever that may be. Something you like to do, because if you don't like doing it, it won't succeed. It won't succeed. But that's my life advice. Something fun, something, well, it doesn't have to be fun, but it has to be something that you like doing that has the potential of eventually making some money. And that's how you get ahead. There is no owner of Dogecoin. We are the owners of Dogecoin. We are the owners of Dogecoin. There is a Dogecoin foundation that is in place to sort of guide Dogecoin's future, but they don't own Dogecoin. There is no owner. The people own Dogecoin. Yep. And the more you mine, the more you make. Mining Dogecoin. Dogecoin needs to get stubborn, get up to 25 cents. Me simple man, me like pretty charts. Yeah, right. You like Trader Alan, right? Yeah, he's got pretty charts. He's been using the pink a lot lately. It's like the pink candles. Pretty colors. Bitcoin trying to get to 110. It's trying. Doge is in a weird place, Latasha. A weird place. 1726. It's kind of going up this afternoon. Kind of drifting upwards. Still low volume. That means nobody's selling. Just slow buying happening. What's the bill going to affect right now? Not a lot. Don't have heavy trading, but the prices are kind of drifting up. Like nobody's selling. There's just this kind of slight buying going on. Bitcoin, Doge, ETH, about to cross 2,600, just drifting upwards. Low volume, though. That's what I see. Is there a CFO? The miners. The miners are the CFO. As long as they keep mining, Dogecoin keeps working. Joseph, are we going to see the teens through the beginning of September? Probably. We may drift up into 20s with dips into the teens or something like that, but yep, that's my outlook. Not the most bullish, but that's just through the beginning of September, and I like how you worded that, because after that, all bets are off. Johnny agrees, going to be sideways a bit. Maybe a couple cent fluctuation between 15 and 20. No lower, only higher, Ryan says. But Ryan, don't you want to buy a bunch more on a dip, on a big dip? Don't you have a big wad of cash just sitting there waiting for that big wick going down? You've got your 10-cent limit order all set up. Aren't you one of those? Oh, no, that's right. You're not. You just buy every day. Oh. Buy Pepe. Buy Pepe. You want to buy Pepe? Pepe's over 10. Pepe didn't go up as much as Doge. Pepe's up 0.7. Doge is up 2 today. So Doge is actually outperforming a lot of cryptos today. Cardano's a little higher. HBAR's a little higher. Litecoin just a tad higher. But on the green days, Doge. Let's not get into this racist kind of stuff. A Doge charger car would be cool. Right. Well, Eric, good to see you. There not a lot happened between January and now. That's for sure. It's time to get on board again, right? Hustling is your middle name? Well, there you go, Pepito. Is there a CTO? Well, maybe the CTOs are the miners, right? Again, it's a proof of work cryptocurrency. Maybe the big, beautiful bill gives people confidence in buying something. Money printer going burr to pay for all of the stuff. Yeah, it's just not convincing, though. Not convincing. Happy 4th Revo to you. Let's pour money into Doge. Great time to be alive. It is. There are some cryptos like XRP that are owned by Ripple that have a CEO. There's a lot of those. Isn't Charles Hoskinson the CEO of Cardano for the ADA token? Like, there's a lot of that stuff. Just Doge doesn't have it. Doge and Bitcoin are two that don't have it. They just were released out into the wild. No pre-mining, no airdrops, no developers holding giant wallets full, like none of that. Completely decentralized. No CFO, no CTO, no CIO, no CEO, none of that. I don't know what the Dubai rules are. I do not know. Yeah, it's a question for somebody that lives in Dubai who can answer that question. Me, I cannot answer that question. Oh, a COO. Yeah, pick one, Max. One of them is bound to be that. Luna Classic Champ, that is a gambler's token. If you want to gamble a little bit on Luna Classic doing something, I mean, there's nobody doing anything with it anymore. It's just a crypto that's out there that has no development. Could it go on a run? More people buy it than sell it. It's one of those. How many Doge for 100,000? It's the reverse math, Armando. The reverse math. So just divide it by 0.1724 and you'll know how many Doge you get. Just divide 100,000 by 0.1724. Big number. Big number. M2 money, that is just how much money there is out there in circulation. More money in circulation generally means more crypto buying. There's extra money out there for people. Yep. Sell your house and buy Luna Classic. Oh, our good friend Stop Loss Boss is here. The biggest meme coin of all time is Bitcoin. You're shorting Bitcoin. Your liquidation price is 120K. Well, Abdul Rahman, I would say that is probably safe. But if Bitcoin goes on one of these crazy runs, like it can, breaks a new all-time high and is a price discovery and just keeps going, just be aware that that can happen. Safe Moon. Safe Moon. What's Safe Moon trading at now? I wonder. Not Safe Moon Solana. No, the real Safe Moon. The price is not tracked anymore. The price is no longer tracked. Oh, here it is. SFM. This is its trading in the past year. It is down. Imagine that. Past month, down 16%. Past 7 days, it's up 6%. Woohoo! Down 3% for the day. But yeah, that is something. Now, if you go to all time, you're like, yeah, it's just like, zoop. It's like one big ski slope down. little jumps along the way every here and there. Safe Moon. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. You live in Dubai? There is a capital gain tax. I didn't know that. Hot coffee. Doge should be trading in the range of 28 to 32. Do I see it going to $3 similar to Cardano? You can't compare it to Cardano because there's a lot more Doge coins in circulation than there are ADA tokens. So that's not the comparison there. It has a larger market cap than Cardano does right now. So you would think, well, it's doing better than Cardano. 28 to 32 makes sense to me, but fear of tariffs, investors pulling off of risky assets, and there's so many other frickin' meme coins out there that Doge doesn't get the attention it used to. Because all your money is in all these other memes. There's way too many meme tokens out there. And that doesn't help Dogecoin. But when Dogecoin starts running, they'll all come running back to Papa Doge. The likes are getting up there, aesthetic, slowly. Ryan did the maths, 588,000 Doge. Thank you, Ryan. I could have asked Grok. Grok could have told me. But yeah, that sounds about right. That's a nice bag of Dogecoin for 100K. Elon's not gone. You don't know that, Brian. And Doge isn't done because it is actually still the 9th largest cryptocurrency and continues to trade very well. So not done. Not done. James reminds people to smash the like. ETFs seem to help hold value. KP, that is true. I think that's another added benefit for Dogecoin this fall. Maybe it makes Doge a little less volatile. I don't know. But if we believe in Doge as just being this decentralized cryptocurrency, the ETF really doesn't fit with that. But Christoph in the house. Safe Moon and AMC, of course. God, that stock is so bad. I watch it, but I'm not touching it. Not ever again. Ain't buying anything today, Ryan? ICE agents should invest in Dogecoin. Hot coffee. We're just kidding about Safe Moon. It's a joke. It's a recurring joke on this stream that rears its ugly head about once a month or so. Safe Moon comes up again. But yeah, we all know. Buy Safe Moon. Elon's still around. Not happy about the big, beautiful bill, but I don't know anybody who's completely happy with it. It is what it is. WIF is strong, but I find WIF unappealing. Yeah. Everything that came after Doge. That would be like every meme token, Max. Every one of them. Yep. People make money on that stuff, though. All the cryptos with the ETFs. So is XRP going to get an ETF? Litecoin's going to get an ETF? Cardano is going to get an ETF? Byron, need to go shopping? We need the prices to go down before we go shopping again. Need prices to go down. Bitcoin's just flattening out right here at 1099. It's just flattening out. Can I explain mining? Okay, the first question doesn't have anything to do with the second question. So mining is buying a mining rig, right? And solving the mathematical equation of which then you will receive some Dogecoin as a reward for verifying the transactions on the blockchain for that past minute. In Dogecoin's case, that's mining. Now, you can also buy a miner and join a mining pool that will give you a better chance of receiving Doge, because in a mining pool, they just have huge amounts of mining power. And I can show you that, in fact, by going to this website, which shows you some of the biggest wallets that are receiving. I got to tell them I'm a human. Hey, I'm a human. You see this like big blue piece of pie right here? Almost 1/4 of all Doge goes to this mining pool right here. So most people join this mining pool because essentially 1 out of every 4 minutes, they are getting 10,000 Doge. And you join that pool and you get a percentage of that based on your computing power and how much your computing power adds to the total amount. That's what the pools are for. One of these others, the gray one or the green one or the orange one, may actually get you more Doge per day because there's less people in the pool, but they're successful in getting those rewards. Or you can just be a solo miner and try and do it yourself, of which there's a good chance you could go a whole day without getting any Doge. That can happen. So that's mining. And Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency. And so look at that. The last minute, there was only one transaction. Look at that. Only one transaction in the last minute for Doge. Wow. Don't see that very often. Only one transaction. Interesting. Bitcoin's over 110. There it is. Will it hold a third time over 110? Elon needs to chill on the idealism. I kind of agree with you there. Politics is politics. Yep. Definitely a lot of crap tokens came after Doge. Yeah, there's some that don't like Elon's relationship with Dogecoin. Waiting for Megal to come down? I know, Nicholas. It's just sitting up there at 160. I want to go shopping in a bloodbath. Yeah, we're not having that right now. Prices are drifting upwards. A crypto alternative, S&P 500. You mean like a fund, right? Someone has a fund of a big bag of cryptos. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I don't know how that would work with cryptos. Oh, aesthetic. All right, let's play a game. 4-hour chart on Bitcoin. Okay, there's the 4-hour chart. Let me get rid of my little sketch here from yesterday, which did play out actually. All right, 4-hour chart. 107 was my previous support. 110 was resistance. We're now fighting that resistance line at the moment. That's what I already had on the charts. We hit 110 back here in June on the 10th and the 9th. And then we had the all-time high back here in May. What did that get up to? 111, 112, something like that. Whatever that was. All right, what are we looking at, aesthetic? I got the 4-hour chart up. 110.3. I'll just change my line that I already have, okay? Three. Blink. Yep. That would be the new resistance line. Dunk, 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 dunk. Make sense? I think 110 is just kind of a psychological number, is the big number, but yep. Or maybe top 10. Or maybe just all the meme tokens, right? You could have a meme fund, a crypto meme fund. Hey, look, the boom is coming. The boom is coming. Moon soon. Ali was posting about NVIDIA today. Yeah, whenever his TD sequential indicator flashes something, he makes his little black and white chart and posts it on X, and back down to 1099. 110 is not holding. You know, just for my sake, aesthetic, I'm just going to put this back to where I have it. Because it failed. It got rejected at 110. Rejected. Doge rejected at 1726. Rejected. We could put a line that corresponds at 1726. That corresponds with the 10K of Bitcoin right there. So we'll see how that plays out. GameStop. See, GameStop just totally screwed it up. They had all this cash, and all they had to do was buy Bitcoin with it. But no, instead, they do this stupid stock conversion offering thing, which pissed off all the investors. And so there was a lot of selling of GameStop stock. Totally blew it. They should have first just invested the cash they had and then started playing those other games later, like MicroStrategy was doing. You're going to hide a miner at work? Good luck hiding it. Suckers are loud. Oh, champ. Sheeb, dude. Are you believing any of the Sheeb hype? It's gone. Totally gone. I like this chart. I like the stock. 120K. What's up, Sunshine? How are you? Hanging out on July 3rd. Any plans for the 4th, Sunshine? Celebrate United States Independence Day? Exactly, Max. Electricity, computing power equals mining. It takes energy to create those Dogecoins. So what do I do? Yeah, Byron, what do you do, right? Well, if a new, very strong support is established somewhere, then I buy back in at a higher price. Right now, it's not too much higher than where I sold, so I'm not worried about it at the moment, nor is it confirming any new support lines. And we're going into a holiday weekend that who knows what's going to happen. So I'm not there yet. He's asking for others. He's asking about my swing trade, that I'm in the middle of a swing trade. I sold essentially at 17.1 and we're like 17.23 now. So there's not that much difference right now for me. But yeah, it has not, it's not holding any higher support yet. I just asked Grok what I should make for dinner, Polish inspired, and it told me to go to Acme and buy Hatfield kielbasa. I no longer have Grok installed on my phone. Acme. Yes, the Wile E. Coyote store. Yeah, That's where he went to buy all of the dynamite. Exactly. If you're looking at XRP charts for inverse head and shoulder patterns, you definitely have a problem. Or are you quoting yeah, you're quoting somebody else here, Max. Just by the way this is written, this wasn't written by you. I can tell. You stole this. There is a grocery chain called Acme. Is there really? I didn't know that. So Grok knows where you live and said, go to Acme and get the kielbasa. Yeah, the whole tokenization thing, I don't get. Hot coffee. I still don't get it. I guess it's use of a blockchain. Plot twist. Trump vetoes the big, beautiful bill. Absolutely not. He's going to have that big marker. Wah, 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 wah. He's looking forward to it. All the attention. He's totally in his element there. Tomorrow he'll be sitting at the Resolute desk in the Oval Office. He'll have a bunch of people around him. All attention on him. Such an egomaniac he is. Such an egomaniac. Yeah, GameStop. Now, I did some very successful swing trading of GameStop. I did that. I'm probably not going to do that again. Yeah, can you imagine? He's just like, just kidding. Acme is part of Albertsons, really? Albertsons, that's from Boise, Idaho. How do they own Acme? I know that because my brother lives in Boise, Idaho. So I know Albertsons. Support lines are key for understanding what and when. If y'all keep watching Kriss, you don't understand, just wait. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate it. I move my lines around and I keep track of what's going on. And right now, short-term resistance was right there, 1726, corresponding with Bitcoin's 110. That's what we got right now. And the dancing Doge, of course. Yeah, when is the hot dog eating contest, Ryan? When is that? I'll ask Grok. When is Nathan's hot dog eating contest? The 2025 Nathan's Famous 4th of July hot dog is scheduled for Friday, July 4th, 2025, at Nathan's Famous flagship restaurant in Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York. The event will run from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. So lunchtime tomorrow, before Trump signs the big, beautiful bill, which is going to be at 5 o'clock. So the hot dog eating contest is going to be from 11 to 1. There you go. So who will win the hot dog eating contest? See what Grok says. Joey Chestnut is the overwhelming favorite with odds at minus 2,000, which is a 94% probability for Joey Chestnut. Last year's winner, he won because Joey could not participate last year. Because apparently he made some sponsorship. He did some sponsorship with some other, what was it? Impossible Foods. Yeah, a non-meat hot dog, right? Impossible Foods. But he's back because he has agreed to only endorse Nathan's hot dogs. Joey Chestnut. That'll be tomorrow. I'm not watching that. Yeah, I'm not watching that. I look for Bart Simpson patterns and then buy XRP. There you go. That's very technical. The XRP thing was from Ali. Exactly. It sounded like it had Ali written all over it. Copy paste. Yep. Max is the king of copy paste. Longer term resistance. There isn't any for Bitcoin. Its previous all-time high, 112, whatever that number is. That's it. Joey Chestnut, Ryan says. I got it from Grok. Regardless of whatever's in a hot dog, it sure sounds tasty right now, doesn't it? We've been talking a lot about hot dogs on this channel for the past week. You're right. How many hot dogs can you puke up in 2 hours? Yep, he was banned last year. Some sponsorship with Impossible. Bet the house on Joey. You'll get $6 if you bet 100. You'll get 6. Betting on Joey? Yep. Well, you get 106 back. You're betting 100 to profit $6. Could be an easy $6 though, right? Easy $6. The king of the Grizzlies. Hey, Matt, do you think I'll be getting ripped off more if I took my profit that I'm going to be circulating back around for the next cycle? You won't get ripped off, right? Profit is profit. No rip off there. Profit is profit. And also, Matt, remember, it's not all or nothing, right? You could take your profit on half and leave the other half if you want. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Remember when Chinese DeepSeek caused markets to dump? I do remember that. That was for NVIDIA and all those stocks because they were so overvalued. I mean, they were overvalued anyway, but then this Chinese DeepSeek comes along and says, we can do that without you. 1776. Joshua, that would be a good price. That would be a good price tomorrow for Doge. 1776. Exactly. I know, right, Donnie? 6 is 6. You want a free $6? Bet 100 on Joey Chestnut. You can buy hot dogs. That's about $6. Remember last summer when I was calling XRP a stable coin and everybody was making fun of me? But for the whole summer, it was a stable coin. And it is again. Just at a higher price now. But yeah. Yep. What risks could shake Dogecoin's future? Any big threats to growth or stability? Nope, there isn't. There's no risks. It's a proof of work cryptocurrency. It just keeps churning away. So the big threat would be more of like what's going on in the world economy, like World War III, right? Something like that. Big black swan event. Crushes all of crypto. But for Dogecoin particularly, no. Dogecoin blockchain has never been hacked. It just keeps doing what it's doing. So DeepSeek is a nothing burger now, except they do take your data, send it back to the Chinese. The Chinese know when you're using it, what you're asking it. Someone on YouTube said XRP will hit 10K. Oh my God, these people. So crazy. Dogecoin is hitting 1 million first. Per pax. Right. Exactly. Dogecoin to 1 million, baby. All or nothing. All or nothing. Will Trump coin spike tomorrow during the signing of the bill? No. It will not. It will not. $8.93. Not a great looking chart. The one I didn't like this morning was Peak. Oh, it's like, man, Peak just keeps getting, look at that. Thunk. Big red candle. Yeah, that's a big L for Kriss on that one. Thunk. The big L. Dogecoin to 1 million is a Pax guarantee. Wait a minute. Oh, Robinhood's at 92 cents. Wow. So you'll get $8 on Robinhood if Chestnut wins for betting 92 cents. You get 8 cents. So you bet $92, you'll get $8. I don't know why Peak dropped. I don't know. It's not dead, DB, but it is hurting. Hurting. Sell all your XRP and buy Doge. That is financial advice. No, I didn't. Let's ask Clark. Why did the Peak crypto dump this morning? See what Grok says. Couldn't find any specific news. Nope. Could be team unlocks. Was there a team on or token unlock today? That'd be the only thing I could think of. Maybe a token unlock. Yes, my Trump is still a collectible though. All 100 of them. A collect. Hey, yep. 8% is 8%. $92 on Joey Chestnut will get you 100. $8. Book it, Dano. Book it. And for that $8, you can buy a package of Nathan's hot dogs. Exactly. Polish inspired dish is chicken parm with a side season. Wait, what? But a Polak is making it, so it's okay. Chicken parm. That's funny. We need a photo or it didn't happen, Christoph. Photo or it didn't happen. What else is going on now? Anything? All follow-up from the big, beautiful bill. Markets are greedy. Trump talked to Putin today. No progress on Ukraine. ETH. A lot of people think ETH is going to hit 3,500 soon. Not too much else.
You know, we went over that bill. I think when you go over the bill, it was very easy to get into a yes. You know, we went over that bill, and point after point, biggest tax cut in history, great for security, great on the southern border, immigration is covered. We covered just about everything. Again, it's the biggest bill ever signed of its kind. I think when
well, that's it.
You know, we went over that bill, and
Shakira says she lives in constant fear as an immigrant in the U.S. Constant fear. But she's probably in the country legally, so shouldn't be in fear. Unless she's breaking the law. Oh, and we still have the tariff thing going on. Next week, tariff deadlines. The DOJ arrests 2 Chinese nationals for spying, trying to recruit U.S. military members to work for the People's Republic of China. Not much else going on. Big, beautiful bill follow-up stuff. I know. And everybody knows who Shakira is. She's fine. It's like, come on, Shakira. I know, Christoph. Want to see that Polish chicken parm? Polish chicken parm. Polish noodles. Polish noodles. I know, 169 likes. That's looking pretty slim chance there, Donnie. Hedge the hot dog bet with $1 on the other competitors. I'm an immigrant in the US and I live here way less fearful, knowing that the a-holes breaking the law are being brought to book. Exactly. If you're here legally and you're not breaking laws, you're fine. Just don't break laws. Constant fear of what? Maybe her hips are starting to lie after all. Maybe she has family that's not here legally. Shakira canceled the San Antonio concert. Everybody was saying their hips do lie. Shakira's Seeking attention. I know. I haven't heard about Shakira in a while. Oh. Nope, there's now a separate bill that Senator Lummis is going to draft. That's going to be no taxes on crypto, but it's only going to be up to a certain dollar amount if you're using crypto to buy things, like $300. Then you don't have to pay tax on any profits. Will, I've liked 2 times. Come on. Oh. Thanks for begging for me, Donnie, for the likes. Donnie's begging. Come on. 24 more likes. 24 more. And he'll give out free memberships. 24 more. We can look at Trader Allen's pretty charts again. That's bound to get a like or 2. So pretty. Look at all the colors. I'm curious about Ali now. Max likes to steal Ali's posts. XRP appears to be forming an inverse head and shoulder pattern, potentially setting the stage for a 15% breakout to $2.65. Huh, where did I hear that before? Inverse head and shoulders. Really? Left shoulder, right shoulder, head. What was that? Was that like a growth? That's some funny little growth he's got going. Or maybe it's a second head. It's a smaller head. Left shoulder, right shoulder, big head, little head. Ali, that's not how it works. Dude. That was the right shoulder. And it got rejected. Admit it, dude. Oh, God. Inverse head and shoulders is how you get dandruff. Better get that growth checked out. Exactly. Bitcoin dominance. It's going down a little bit, not much. It did touch 66 though. Last Friday, it touched 66. So since then, it's down to 65.27. Maybe that was the peak right there, 66. It's your fault, Arlorian. It may be my fault. Doge is not flying. I need more time to buy more at low prices. All right, gang. Hey, I'm going to call it a stream here. I'll probably be around on Saturday. Won't be streaming Sunday. Be out of town on Sunday. But then we'll be back on Monday. So, for those in the United States, I hope you have a happy holiday tomorrow. You can even celebrate if you're in another country. Celebrate the United States in its 249th birthday. And we'll see if these resistance levels hold or whether we get more movement, but volume is just like totally gone. And it's just the bots now trading. So we'll see how that goes. I hope everyone has a great time. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.